It is, Joe. It is. It certainly is. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 and thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for making your Thursday night a part of my Thursday night right here on the south coast of British Columbia. Brother Jeff, how are you? Patty, James, I think I saw your name come up. Welcome to the program. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's just going to be high energy, as usual. As usual. I'll be talking to my brother Jeff about a contest that he is involved in. His own little brainchild. Well, he's the brainchild behind it. And we're going to talk to my brother Jeff very, very shortly. But first, just let me do my usual things. Just let me close that YouTube page. I do have a YouTube channel. I had my videos up there. You can check that out if you so choose. No pressure. No money back guarantee. No obligation. You can return it after 6 months, although that would be kind of creepy. So MattTv stuff, a big thank you to Joe Desmond for singing that, Simon McGinnis putting it together. It's a great video. I love it. I love hitting going live on my phone and then just stepping off camera. Hello, Gloria. And then just stepping off camera and hitting play on that video. I love that song. I absolutely love it. So thank you so much, Joe Desmond and Simon McGinnis. Okay, I'm going to close that window. I'm going back to my MattTv Facebook page. So I'm just looking at my computer here. This is where all my information is. So I apologize every time I look at this, but this is what I need to do. I need to do this. So I'm just going to refresh my page. And I don't know if Angie is in here right now, but I will be playing Angie's request, who is in Souk, British Columbia. I was going through the comments this morning, then I realized, wow, I'm just kind of all over the place when I talk and people are answering my questions, but I forget the questions. Anyway, that's how it rolls here on MattTv. In case you're wondering, this is MattTv. We do it on Facebook Live. Really, I was doing mornings. I love doing nights. It's only 3 minutes after 6 here on the West Coast. 9 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock in the Woodstock area, 10:30 Newfoundland. So thank you for the live views, wherever you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm just going to scroll down so I can see my videos, see my comments, and we are off to the races. Okay, just let me scroll down a little bit more. A little bit more. All right. Okay, here we go. Going to be a lot of fun tonight. Product plug. The last 24, we're going to look at my briefs, weather, Wayne the Great product plug, the soundbite, a great song, a great request tonight. We're going to hear a great request tonight from Angie. Looking forward to that. Brent, how are you, my friend? We're going to get into the Skinny on the Scoop, and we're going to talk tonight. We're going to talk about craft beer. We're going to talk about rescuing dogs from South Korea, the FCC, UPS, Bon Jovi, barbecue brushes, and more? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if there will be more. I hope everyone had a great Thursday. I hope you're all geared up for... This is the last full weekend for Christmas shopping. The last full weekend of Christmas shopping. Tell me more about this Christmas shopping. I don't know. Christmas for me is not about going out and buying presents. It's just not. I like sending cards. But Christmas is, for me, it's not about presents, man. It's just about being with family, and in particular, my two girls. Just absolutely love it. The tree is decorated, and the best thing about this, I was telling you how quickly Jen put the lights on the tree, like in 10 minutes. It's like a 5'6" Christmas fir. It's not a very big tree. You just walk around it, boom, the lights are done. You don't have to put each individual light on every single branch that you find. Dad, I know Dad used to do that all the time. I don't know if Dad is still putting on the lights, but really I could have just be lying on the floor and just started spinning the tree around, and Jen could have just stood in one spot and we could have done it. Done. But last night I said I was going to decorate the tree. I did not. I didn't put any decorations on the tree. I didn't put any lights on the tree this year, but I'm okay with that. It looks awesome. I love the tree. Jen did an amazing job. And Kaya put the star on the tree, and all is well. All is well here at Buena Vista Avenue in White Rock, British Columbia. If you've never been to White Rock, if you've never been west of the Rockies or west of Edmundston, you should come check it out. Come out in the summertime. It feels like summer out here. It was another gorgeous day. We're going to talk about the weather here real quick. I have my notes here. I was just wondering. I was thinking about putting this tree up, and we have 2 cats. One of the cats, when she was younger, yeah, she liked to play in the Christmas tree and knock bulbs off. I don't think that's going to be the case with the new cat that we have. So I'm just wondering, do you have cats, and do they get into the Christmas trees? Do cats really knock over Christmas trees? I know I have seen them on YouTube, but I'd like to know someone have a personal connection with the individual who's going to share the story of their feline knocking over the Christmas tree. And before the show, I was just going through Facebook, and someone actually had a picture of their cat in a tree. Again, manifesting. You just put it out there, and boom. It's a beautiful thing. Another great work day. I was talking about the sunshine just like 30 seconds ago. So if your memory is like way better than mine, you would have remembered that. A great work day today. I can't say enough about working with Dave Keenan. And a guy who I've only worked with for the last couple of weeks. His name is Jordan Butler. He's from Sheffield, England. And I've been in the workforce many years. I'll be 45 in January. And I've been in the workforce since I was 16. And he is one of the best workers that I've come across in quite some time. So 2 thumbs up to Jordan Butler. And Jordan Butler, unfortunately, he's going back to England, and he's leaving like New Year's Eve. So it was great. I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to meet him, work with him. Yeah, today was day 13 of consecutive beautiful weather here on the South Coast. Rain is supposed to move in overnight. We're looking at rain on and off right through the weekend. But light rain on Sunday, so it's not too bad. There's no snow in the forecast, which is nice, really nice. Pretty short work day tomorrow. We have our staff party. Our staff party begins at 11:30 tomorrow morning, but it's actually it's a nice, beautiful spot. It's right next along the SkyTrain line, so it's easy for coworkers to go home, get on the SkyTrain, and meet at 11:30 tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. One of the guys that's going to be there is a good friend of mine. I've known him for like 5.5 years. His name is Randy Topazzini, and he's my supervisor at work. And today he took the work truck that I have driven for the last 4 years and had to go dump. We were taking tiles out. We were working at one of the SkyTrain stations, and we were taking tiles out of an area of concrete. And it was quite hard. We've been there for the last couple of days. So he was taking the work truck to an area. He was probably gone for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, so we could continue to work because he's an awesome guy and he can see ahead. Anyway, what had happened is a tiny rock. I saw your comment, William, and I'm not even going to acknowledge it. LOL. There was a rock that somehow worked its way, or a piece of tile or something, worked its way in between the box and the window. So when the box came down, it hit that window and completely blew out the back window of my truck. So the question to you is, have you ever lent your vehicle to a friend, and they're just going to use it, just a quick trip to go do something? They're not going on a road trip. They just need to borrow your car. Has anyone ever borrowed your car for a short amount of time and damaged it? Just let me know. You don't have to say any names, and just like a yes or no will do. And I'll stop right there so you can answer it, so that way I won't be so confused. 9 minutes after 6. This will be the last show of the week. I can tell you there will not be a show tomorrow night. And that's okay. That's okay. I have many hours of MattTv on YouTube. You can check those out on my page. Or what you do on the weekend is your time. I'm always going to be here. But I won't be here tomorrow night. I'll probably pop in on the weekend, and then we're right back into shows next week. I was thinking about taking a break. I might take a couple weeks off. Because everyone's on Christmas vacation. So I think I'll do some shows next week, definitely. Maybe next Friday will be my last show, and then I'll come back in the new year. We'll see. But that being said, you know how I feel about doing MattTv. This is an outlet for me. This stuff here is just things, observations that I had today. I'm just talking about stuff I did today. So you can't let too much time pass, or you explode. Talked about Randy. Okay, happy birthday to 2 fabulous ladies. I know both of these ladies. I went to school with one. Janet Wright is having a birthday today. Happy birthday, Janet. And the lovely Sherry Porter. Sherry Porter is having a birthday today. So happy birthday, ladies. I was telling you, and I haven't talked about it a lot lately because it hasn't existed. But my vertigo, I was suffering from vertigo, but my vertigo is vertigone. Yeah. I haven't had an episode in quite some time, so I'm pretty happy about that. I don't have my anti-nausea wristbands on right now, but I do wear them. But yeah, my vertigo is vertigone. So I'm quite happy about that. Okay, that is it for the last 24 brought to you by Nick. We'll get into my briefs after I talk to my brother Jeff. So we're going to roll right into Toby's Edmundston weather, and this is the weather exclusively for Toby LaFrance in the Edmundston area. Kind of chilly tonight. Not kinda. It is. It's quite chilly. Minus 19 and a chance of flurries tonight. Then it's nice for the next. You have nice weather this weekend in Edmundston. Sunshine for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The highs around minus 13 for those 3 days. Back into a chance of flurries for Monday. But don't even think about the forecast for Monday because your weekend forecast, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is looking A-OK. Wayne Mason, how are you, my friend? Welcome to the program. Okay, I'm going to close that window, and we're going to roll right into the board of scores. There are a ton of hockey games going on right now. I'm looking at live scores on TSN. Early in the second period, Minnesota is on a power play. They are leading Toronto 1-0. No score there, no score there. Oh, because these games are just getting started. There are a handful of games that are just getting started. Any final scores? Any final scores? No, there's still a ton of games going. Some of them are late. But no NHL games are finished up right now, so you can check out your favorite team whenever you so choose. Here's a score from last night. Nashville was here in Vancouver last night, and they just spanked the Canucks around the hockey rink for 3 periods. Final score 7-1. And we'll see if Nashville can take that momentum into Edmonton because they're playing in Edmonton tonight. That's going to be a good game. That'll be a great game. And that is a quick look at the board of scores. I'm going to move right in quickly to Wayne, the Great Product Plug. Now, tonight, I was going to go to a convenience store and get some candy or something like that, like I normally do. But tonight, this is from my cupboard. So this is in its original packaging. So this is the Wayne, the Great Product Plug. I'm just going to hold this up here right now. Can anyone tell me what this is? Wayne, the Great Product Plug. Brent would probably know what that is because he cooks. He cooks. I guess you could cook with that. Of course you could. It's a good topping. It's a good topping. Brent, wow, just amazing. It is. It is salsa. I think, Brent, you were the first one that said something, right? Arthur, how are you? Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. But I don't even think he caught on. Did he make a comment, William? I don't know. No, it's Old El Paso mild sauce. Good stuff. I find it, I like salsa when the ingredients are diced up a little bit more. I don't need big chunks. I'm not into big chunks. I'm glad you are great in the big city of Toronto. I was watching my show back this morning and I was reading the comments and everything's made more sense this morning. But I now know I have the request for Angie that's ready to go. I'm going to be talking to my brother Jeff here very, very quickly. And I know that Angie lives in Souk, BC, not in Alberta. And I know that Arthur is in real estate, and he spent, 18 years in Calgary and 9 months in Saskatchewan and just moved to Toronto. See, I remember things. I remember things. I can't do the spicy. I can't do the spicy, James. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Did I mention how much I really love working with Dave Keenan? I love it. I love that guy, man. And he's just such a good worker. He's such a good worker. Awesome. Okay, 6:15. I have no idea how this show is going to go from here. What I do know, Skinny on the Scoop. I am doing that tonight. This is the final show of the week. No show. I guess all I can say is there's no show tomorrow night. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. I just want to come back and chill out. Although I just absolutely love doing this. Skinny on the Scoop, we're going to talk about craft beer, rescuing dogs from South Korea during the Olympics, although we should be doing it every day. We're going to talk about the FCC, UPS getting the thumbs down. Bon Jovi and barbecue brushes. a little common sense with the barbecue brushes. We're going to talk about all that stuff real quick. But first, I'm going to play the song that Angie wanted to hear last night, and I just didn't get the message, is Ricky Skaggs. And I haven't heard Ricky Skaggs in a long time. So I'm going to play some Ricky Skaggs. Angie in Souk, BC wanted to hear Christmas Time's A-Comin', and it's live at the Grand Ole Opry. This is Ricky Skaggs and friends. While you listen to this, it's just less than 3 minutes. I'm going to make a phone call to my brother Jeff, come back in here, have him on speakerphone. We're going to talk about a contest that he's going to get going, and we're going to do it right here on Matt TV. And then we're going to get into the Skinny on the Scoop. Enjoy this. This is for Angie.
Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's a-coming, Christmas time's coming, and I know I'm going home. Snowflakes are falling, molehomes are calling, dog pines are humming, Christmas time's coming. Can't you hear them bells ringing, bringing joy, joy, hear them singing, when it's snowing I'll be going back to my country home. Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's coming, and I know I'm going home. White candles burning, my old heart's a yearning for the folks at home when Christmas time's a-coming. Can't you hear them bells ringing, bringing joy, joy, hear them singing, when it's snowing I'll be going back to my country home. Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's coming, and I know I'm going home.
Someone call Angie and tell her her song is playing.
Holly's in the window, home's where the wind blows. The king walk around it, Christmas time's coming. Can't you hear the bells ringing, bringing joy, joy, hear them singing, when it's snowing I'll be going back to my country home. Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's coming, and I know I'm going home. Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's coming, Christmas time's coming, and I know I'm going home.
You don't fade out Ricky Skaggs. You don't fade out Ricky Skaggs. You let him play. You let him play the whole way through. Eric Porter, how are you, my friend? Welcome to Matt TV. I don't think you've ever been in here before. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I forgot. Hang on, Jeff. You here? Hang on one sec. One sec. Oh. There you are. You there now?
Yeah.
I had a hard time hitting the speaker button.
Yeah, I was
So,
having a hard time hearing you.
you're all good now, though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. It's like we're standing right beside each other in the kitchen.
Eric Porter is watching the show. Eric Porter, you're right. It is a long time. I have not seen you. I honestly can't remember. I hope you're well. I hope you're well.
Eric, you still live in Woodstock?
What's that?
I said, Eric, do you still live in Woodstock?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know where he is.
Wow.
But so you have a contest. Let's talk about the contest and Ageless NB. Which one do you want to talk about first?
I'm giving away a free car! No, I'm just joking. It's a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when's the last time we talked? Was it back in October before Halloween, wasn't it? Right around there.
Yeah.
And we kind of touched on it. I was trying to iron out some, final details on how I was going to run this contest in conjunction with the Ageless NB magazine. I have, at the time, I don't even think it had gone to print yet, but I was aware of the fact that, somewhere between the 26th of July, when Teresa Blackburn and I, who is, the end-all of be-all when it comes to Ageless NB, she kind of, she heads up the entire thing.
Yeah.
We did our interview, I think, July 26th, and somewhere after that point, she had signed a deal to go national with all of the chapters Indigo bookstores clear across Canada. So that was the Christmas edition. She did put out a fall edition, but it was the Christmas edition that it was going to take place. And as a matter of fact, December 11th, which was, let's say, Thursday, Monday, I think was the date that it was to be on the shelves all the way across Canada. So I was pretty excited about it then. I'm even more excited about it now because it's happened, so it's kind of cool.
So I'll have to go to the chapters, just like a 5-minute drive from here, and pick it up.
Yeah, I guess, when I found out what was going on and that this is something that was about to take place and I was, pretty excited to be a part of, I Googled chapters and to, read all about them. I wasn't really aware that Indigo had, bought them out or whatever, had taken place there a few years ago. But, she had actually posted, I don't know, maybe right around the time that the magazine was going to print, all of the locations that it was going to, that it was going to be in, all the different provinces across Canada. So I guess, go to, Google or, Google chapters Indigo and find your nearest location. I know the nearest one here, of course, would be Fredericton in the Regent Mall. So, but outside of that, we can't forget about all the other places. I know Shoppers Drug Mart carries it. There are a number of locations. I think it's at the Fredericton Airport. It's all over New Brunswick. I was helping a buddy of mine a few weeks back, and we happened to be in a grocery store in Centerville, and the Ageless NB magazine was right there by the cash register. So you can pick them up pretty much anywhere. Like I said, Shoppers has them, and now I don't know if Shoppers will have them all the way across Canada. I know the chapters thing is all the way across Canada, but again, just and if worse comes to worse, you can always find Ageless NB on the Facebook page and contact Teresa. And she posted, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. She was very, very busy with new subscriptions, so things are really taking off for her.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about the subscriptions. Is Ageless NB available online as well?
I don't think so,
No.
Matt.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
think it is. It is it was, started out as a local publication. She actually did an interview on CBC last week, I believe, and she kind of told the story of how it started. It was very local, and basically, I'm looking at, at the edition that I happen to be in, and it says Ageless NB New Brunswick, timeless stories about passionate people. And I'm sharing the magazine with some really cool people. I'm sure you are aware of Blaine Tompkins. His mom, Carolyn, is on the front page of this particular edition. Aaron Boma is featured also in the back of the magazine. There's a great tribute to Bobby Vale in this one.
Nice.
A lot of really interesting things. And again, you can even get past subscriptions, and you can find out all that information by going to the website, the Facebook page.
You list off.
I don't think you're going to get in touch with Teresa right now. She's immensely enjoying life right now with her husband. They went on a cruise.
Nice.
A well-deserved break from reality for a little bit. So I'm sure she's having the time of her life right now.
All the people that you just mentioned, Mr. Vale and Aaron. I was just saying the other day, like where we come from, Carleton County or New Brunswick or the Maritimes. I've always said, I just said the other day to this new coworker from England, I said nothing. I mean, I'm a proud Canadian. There is no other country that I would want to have been born in. Like, I'm so proud to be Canadian, but I'm equally as proud to tell people that I'm from the Maritimes, man.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely.
sure. You tell people you're
I
from
think
the
by all
Maritimes.
accounts, we have a really good, Maritimers have a really, really good reputation.
Yeah.
And I'll take it a step further as far as, the country of Canada. I've worked in the Bahamas numerous times. I have a client over there that I used to go and work for, when I was painting houses. And the staff over there said that they have seen, of course, all walks of life land on that, private island in, off the coast of Bimini. And the guy told me, and not just one, several of the people that work there said the nicest people that they absolutely love dealing with are Canadians.
Yeah.
So I think that speaks volume for our country and the people that come from it. It's pretty cool.
Well, one more story about how awesome Canadians are, and then we'll get into the contest. But just this summer, those two young guys that hitchhiked across Canada, they each had $150 to go with the Canada's birthday, and they spent like maybe $10 a piece. That was it. Like, they were so blessed on this journey. Like, I know they didn't. Well, maybe they spent more than $10, but they didn't go through their money. Like, wow. They had places to stay. People were picking them up, and like they were hitchhiking, right?
That's crazy.
Just an incredible story. Incredible.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, we'll have to talk more on that. I don't remember hearing that.
Well, I'll have to just Google it. I think if you Google young knuckleheads decide to hitchhike across Canada, well, their picture will come up.
That sounds like a 10-part YouTube series.
Yeah.
Like just passing through.
Yeah. Just passing through. Okay. So you're in the new edition of Ageless NB.
I'm in the most recent edition. This particular edition is you'll recognize it immediately in the stores. It is a little bit different than past editions because this one has a new magazine in it. It's a smaller magazine, but it's dual wrapped with the new Ageless NB magazine. It's called Taste NB, and this is literally, I'm looking at it right now, and it is volume 1. So this is something that's completely new for Teresa. It's got some. I read through it, man, and I was actually starving at the time, it's kind of like looking at this Taste NB magazine when you're really, really hungry. It's like going grocery shopping when you're really, really hungry because everything in this looked absolutely delicious. I'm a pretty fussy eater. Like, I'm pretty picky about what I eat, and most people don't think I eat at all, I guess. But I am choosy about what I eat. But man, there's some really good stuff in there. So yeah, basically, the premise of the contest is pretty simple. I'm giving away a free painting. It's either going to be a canvas. I've decided on an 18 by 30, 18 by 24 canvas piece. That's going to be an abstract piece. Whomever wins the contest, and we'll get into how you can win the contest. But whomever wins the contest, you let me know what colors you like, and I'll do an abstract piece. Or you can do I can do a barn board piece as well, which seems to be very, very popular since I started doing them the end of March.
Or you could do both.
Or we could do both. Listen, the sky's the limit, right, man?
For sure, man.
And now, since you just announced it live on Facebook, I might have to.
Yeah.
Meep, watch out for that bus.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Some things never change.
But I think that would be I think if someone had a piece of your abstract art and saw the barn board work that you do, why wouldn't they want both? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. So, and again, the rules for this are pretty simple. All I'm asking is that if you're out and about, like you are, Christmas edition. And like I said, very easy to recognize. It's dual wrapped with the Taste MB magazine on the front of it. And the Taste MB magazine is substantially smaller than, a regular size magazine. So you'll still see, even, packed, you can still see the Ageless New Brunswick magazine label across the top of the magazine. So very easy to pick out. If you can't find it, ask anybody, shoppers, the grocery stores, chapters, of course. And all I'm asking, and I know some people are not fond of having, their picture taken, or they're not fond of a selfie per se. So I'm leaving it completely up to the buyer. If you want to take a selfie holding up my article, which is on page 24, it's a 2.5-page article, posted on my personal page. If you're not a friend of mine, send me a friend request, post it on my page, share it, do whatever. It's funny because I actually mentioned that, sharing, tell all your friends, and she said, why would I tell my friends? That will lessen my odds. But I would really, I would really like for people to, tell their friends and get the word out there. But basically, take a picture of the article, post it on my page, take a picture of yourself with the article, have somebody take a picture of you with the article, post it on my page, and that is facebook.com/Jeff Grant 4444, or you can, do a search and
you can put your link up on my page, on the MattTv page.
Yeah, I can do that. We'll do that later, after I'm done talking to you. But basically what I'm going to do, Matt, is as these things, now this could go one of two ways. It could go great, I could get 50 people, I could get 79 people, I could get 3 people.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be really cool or it's going to be really embarrassing.
No, I don't think, no, because I think, you're successful. So that's, there's no doubt about that. So I don't think there's anyone out there that's going to want to.
And it's certainly gained, some traction. But again, the contest, I don't think it could get much simpler. The magazine is $5.95. You're getting a bonus with the Taste MB magazine in there, with some great recipes. There's some great stories in there. $5.95 Canadian dollars plus tax, of course. And you could win a painting that's worth more than $6.
Yeah. You're going to get your money back.
That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to, anybody that posts, a picture of themselves or the article on my Facebook page, obviously I'm going to know who it is because it'll say so-and-so posted a photo on your page, and I will keep track of the names. I have decided, because some people may be getting these subscriptions for Christmas, that I'm going to do the draw. I had 2 dates in mind. One was January 25th, which is my twin brother's birthday, or January 31st, just to make it, give everybody till the end of January. I think originally when you and I talked in October, we talked about January 1st, but we figured nobody would remember anyway. So it was like, yeah, scratch that idea. So we'll say January 31st from this point, and I know some people have said, they've told me they picked up the magazine, they've read the article, this, that, and the other thing, and I've told them, hang on to that magazine, because A, you'd have no reason to throw it out, and B, you could win a free painting. I'm coming up with some details, and I'm probably going to go live here in the next couple of days. I'm going to solo it. It's not going to be very cool. If I could fly out to BC and do it with you, that would be awesome. Or if you were here, that would be awesome. But I haven't done the Facebook Live. I don't have a program director here to set me up like you do. So I'll be flying by the seat of my pants. But I think I probably will at the first of next week go live on my page and let people know I'm going live at a certain time, and then I'll announce this again for anybody that's not able to catch your show, or the case may be. As far as the people in the States, I've thought long and hard about it, And I guess really
You can't play. That's what I decided.
I just pictured that guy. Remember the Gong Show? I just pictured that guy coming out and banging on that gong.
Yeah.
No, listen, you and I both have a lot of friends from here that live in the States. I could name some right off the top of my head, but the only way, unfortunately, that they're going to be able to partake of this is if somebody, friend or family member from here in Canada sends them the magazine. We'll use a Nick, for example, because a Nick has got her own part of the show here.
Yeah.
If if her mom and dad pick up the Angel Send Me magazine, send it down to a Nick, and Nick takes a picture, and Nick is in the running. And Nick already has one of my paintings. She bought it from my art show back on May 1st of 2015, and she's very happy with it. I love it. It's one of my favorite paintings. It's one of my faves.
Cool.
So in a good home, I'm very happy that she got it. So that's it. Take a selfie. Have somebody take a picture of you with my article. Post it on my page. January 31st, we do the draw. I'm thinking I may even go live with the draw, and pull the rabbit out of the hat, and then we'll go from there. Whomever wins, I will speak with directly, and we'll figure it out from there.
January 31st is a Wednesday. Hey, my birthday's on a Thursday this year. That's awesome. If I had looked and it was like Sunday, I'd be like, no.
You're getting upstaged by NFL football.
I know. And it's the middle of winter.
Yeah, Vancouver winter. Yes. Hey, watch out for all that fog.
Yeah. Yeah, we had like 13 consecutive days of nice weather. Like, I've been working in a t-shirt the last week or so. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it is bitter cold up here today. And
you have a t-shirt on under a sweater, under another sweater.
I actually do. On a more serious note, I was at the funeral, the funeral home here in Woodstock, paying my last respects to our great uncle, Russell Grant, who passed away a few days ago. Grampy, we're really keeping Gramps in our thoughts. He's had, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, he lost his sister-in-law back in April. A week later, he loses his wife of 72 years, and then just lost a brother. So it's been tough on Gramps, but as well as I do, Matt, and anybody that knows Sterling, he is one tough cookie. I saw him tonight. He's in good spirits. He's okay.
Well, that's because he's headmaster of the Grant clan.
He certainly is, Matt. We're here because of him.
That's right.
So it's kind of interesting.
He still sits at the head table.
Yep, he sure does. And nobody's ever tried to move him, which is interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I went over, and like I said, I paid my last respects to great Uncle Russell, and the thing is about these circumstances, you see people that you haven't seen in years. I mean, cousins. I met cousins tonight, Matthew, that we've never met. You know what I mean? So it's kind of bizarre. I saw cousins tonight that I haven't seen since we were kids.
Wow.
But there's always that connection of family, right? So,
give Grampy a big hug for me the next time.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm actually I'm going to attend the funeral tomorrow. Is at Culberson's Funeral Home at 2, and then shortly thereafter we will actually be going to Canterbury, where great Uncle Russell will be laid to rest.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Dealing with great Grammy Dow and Harv and some other family members we're familiar with.
Yeah, well, I always stop in and say hi, because I know when I come home, I'm either going to First Steel or Skiff, and I always go through Canterbury, and I always stop and say hi.
Yeah, Dad and I were down last week and picked up the headstone flowers from Graham and Harv's tombstone. So yeah, we were walking around and
saying hi.
saying hi to people that we used to be able to say hi to at First Steel.
Yeah.
Or at Graham and Harv's on a Sunday afternoon. So A lot of great memories, Matt. You know what it's like.
Yeah, Russell was. I never saw him. He was always laughing. He was always telling stories and always laughing.
You know, well, it was funny because Nicole. I don't know if you remember Nicole and Christopher.
I remember Nicole. Yes.
Yeah, they're down from when they got word, they booked it on the road. They're up in Ontario, and they got here in a short time. And I was talking with Nicole tonight, and she said that she was looking, because she put a slideshow presentation together, and she said, I was going all through your Facebook looking for a picture, a selfie that you had posted of you and Russell, and it was back in the spring, and I had run into him in Sobeys, and, you know, he's kind of puttering around there doing his thing, had a few items in the cart. Kane was up in the thing, and he was going along, and it was the same way every time you saw him. Like, every time that you walked up to him, he was like, hey, hello there,
Yeah.
what are you doing? And he puts his arms around you, and you know, you come up to about your chin.
Yeah.
You know, the Grants aren't known for height. You know,
No.
we're all, like, you know, physically challenged, but it was so funny because I was looking around, and I knew that he had, you know, a caretaker and that sort of thing, but I said, who are you here with? And he looked around, he said, just me and Russell.
What? Just me and Russell.
It was so funny, man. Like, things that his delivery was always on point.
Yeah.
And and I told Nicole, I said, true story, the picture that I posted was probably about the fourth or fifth one that I took, because we were both laughing so hard. The pictures weren't turning out, and they were blurry because we were moving all over the place. I said, man, you just got to stop talking, stop making me laugh, and hold still.
Yeah.
So finally we got a decent picture, but
Cool.
it was
Well, I'll have.
great. But he's lived a great life. He's you know, touched a lot of people's lives, and I mean, what can you say? I mean, I think he was 92.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, we're known for living lengthy lives.
We got longevity, man.
We do.
We got longevity.
Even back in the day, in like the 30s and 40s and whatnot, they were still living to be 90.
Yeah, exactly. When it wasn't, I think they thought we were time travelers.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so the draw's coming
we're
up.
Certainly blessed, man. We're certainly blessed. I mean, there's nothing like family, but there's nothing like our family.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's
Exactly.
not.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
We're a pretty tight-knit group. I love it.
Let's share this video. Let everyone know that the draw date is on January 25th.
Actually, before we even started chatting, right when you went live, I said that we were doing our thing. But so we've got January 31st marked down for the deadline, and that can start anytime. I mean, the magazine has been out since the end of November.
Okay.
So it's been on shelves locally here for at least the last couple of weeks. So if anybody out there is listening, start posting your selfies or my article on my page, and I'm going to start taking a run and tally of names. And January 31st, we'll do the draw, and then we shall go from there. But I do want to say, I have to say, thank you so much to everyone and anyone that has bought either one of my barn board pieces or my canvas pieces. I have been crazy busy the last few weeks, just absolutely nuts, and doing commission pieces, and it's just such I'm honored. I'm always honored, and I'm always very flattered that someone would ask me to would commission me for a piece of artwork that they're going to give someone else for a gift, and the reaction is no different for me, Matt, than it was when I was painting houses. When somebody would come in and see the work that I had done at the end of the day and just be like, oh my goodness, I love it. So when somebody's looking at something that I've painted on a 40, 50, 100-year-old piece of iron board, and they say, oh my God, that's not what I expected. It's so much better than what I anticipated. They're going to love it, or I love it. It just doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't. So I'm pretty pumped. I think I'm just as excited for the people that are, giving away my artwork just because I know how much the people that have gotten it from me have asked me to do it for them, how much they've appreciated it. So I can only hope that whomever receives it, appreciates it as much as, because you know what, really, if they don't, then the person that got it from me, that bought it from me, they can keep it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
everyone wins.
But sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone that has, they come up to me in the stores and say, hey, I've seen your artwork, man, it's really good. And it's kind of neat. It's a really neat feeling because some of these people, I have no idea who they are, but somehow they're seeing my artwork. So that makes me very happy.
They're creeping you on Facebook.
It's funny because I had somebody tonight actually tell me that I've seen your artwork, and I'm like, you creep my Facebook page? She goes, I'm totally creeping your artwork. I'm like, okay. and she's family. I mean, she's married to one of our family members, and she's an art instructor in Ontario, which was really, really cool. So
cool.
We've got a lot more to talk about. So I told her to definitely connect with me, and she showed me some stuff that her ninth graders are doing. Mind-boggling. Like actors and actresses that who these ninth graders are sketching. It's that detail. Angelina Jolie, Robert Downey Jr., Michael Jordan, Drake, all these people, like Martin Luther King. As soon as I looked at it, I knew who it was. And it was like somebody that's been doing drawings for 20 years did this thing, and she's teaching them. And she said some of them couldn't, draw very well, but she said, give me a month and a half. And this is what she's got out of these kids. Phenomenal. So I love it. I love it. I love that my kids are involved in art and all excelling in it. So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Cool beans.
Yeah, man.
All right, I got to get on to the Skinny on the Scoop, but
yes, get on the Skinny on the Scoop. Thanks for having me, man. I always appreciate it. I love you.
Love you too, man. I miss. Give everyone a big hug for me, and have a big family hug this Christmas.
Will do, man.
All right.
Do. I will certainly, send your love to Gramps when I see him tomorrow. On behalf of you and Mike, I'm sure he would want me to do the same.
Yeah, for sure. And Jen and Kaya, like Jen adores Grampy and Grammy.
Absolutely.
So it's from all of us.
Yep, I
Cool,
will.
man.
No worries. I'll take care of it.
All right.
Okay, brother, man. Love you.
Love you too. We'll talk later.
All right. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you so much, Matt. Thanks for having me, bro. I love it.
Love it.
And
All right.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Brother Jeff in Grafton, New Brunswick. Okay, let's roll right into 6:48. 12 minutes left. I'm going to go for the full hour. Mike Miller, I see you're in here. Angie, you missed your song. Your song was all queued up and ready to go. You're going to have to, maybe if you want to watch the end of this show live, you can go back, because I'll post this. And great choice, though. Ricky Skaggs. Excellent. Okay, quickly. Let's get right into the Skinny on the Scoop, or my briefs. Let's have a look at my briefs. Whatever. I saw this last night just before I was going to bed, and this comes from the CBC.ca. As I was going to bed last night watching the National, I think it was like 8 o'clock I was watching the National. It was breaking news on the CBC. Plane crash. The plane crashed shortly after takeoff. This was in Saskatchewan. Just leaving the small community of Fond du Lac in northern Saskatchewan. RCMP say no one was killed, but several aboard were seriously injured. 25 people on this West Wind Aviation flight. 22 passengers, 3 crew. It was on its way to Stony Rapids. So thank goodness. Illinois Nick, how are you, my friend? So that is... do you like to fly? Are you one of those people that just... you got to get from point A to point B. You need to be there in a certain time. Flying, that would be my last flight. If I survived a plane crash, I would never, ever, ever, ever get on a plane again. I can almost guarantee that. So luckily, that must have been just terrifying. Quickly going to talk about craft beer. And again, this comes from the cbc.ca. You can check all this information out on your own, man. Okay, you got to fly. Thanks for hanging in. He's got to go fly because he's in the Windy City. He's in Chicago, Illinois, baby. All right. Okay, craft beer. I just want to quickly talk about beer. If you drink beer, if you drink craft beer, you might find this interesting here. There's so much craft beer. Canada has nearly 800 new breweries now, more than double 5 years ago. And a lot of amateur brewmasters are jumping into the industry, partly because rule changes have made it easier for small shops to sell their suds. But the beer market may be starting to go flat, while Canadians of drinking age drank, this is a staggering number. If you drink alcohol, if you drink beer, Canadians who are of legal age to drink drank an average of 229 bottles of beer last year. Are you one of those people? Did you drink almost 230 beer last year? Domestic sales are going down, and with small brews flooding the market, it may not be enough to sustain all the small beer entrepreneurs. So if you're thinking about being a craft beer entrepreneur, put on the brakes and reassess the situation. Reassess the situation, because people are getting drunk from other brewers they've already been here. This is a sad story. This is just a bizarre story. Very, very bizarre. It's quite upsetting. 170 dogs were rescued from a dog meat market in South Korea. Canada took in 50 of the poor pups, which were suffering from abuse and neglect. It's legal. It's legal in South Korea to raise dogs for food, but since they're not considered livestock, it's unregulated. But with the Pyeongchang Olympics only 2 months away, international groups are hoping to leverage attention to get the government to crack down. Pyeongchang. That's where the Olympics are. That's disturbing. That is disturbing. Who eats dogs? But I just read a story that said South Koreans do. That's just wrong. Mike Miller, welcome to the program. I know I said that a few moments ago. I'm just going back to my Facebook page, checking out on the comments, and now I'm back on my page here. The FCC did kill net neutrality rules in the U.S. If you want to check out, it really is going to affect internet use for Americans. This is solely an American problem. Because here in Canada, net neutrality hasn't been a bit of a non-issue, or it's been a bit of a non-issue. That's partly because the idea of fair and open internet is broadly supported by all sides. And it's partly because the CRTC is a less political animal than its U.S. counterpart, making it less vulnerable to policy swings that change from one administration to the other, which is exactly what happened here. Obama put some rules in place. Trump came in and said, nah, not going to happen. So probably a lot of upset Americans right now with that decision. You can check that out on the cbc.ca or Google it, and all the information will be there. 6:54, I'm going to be here for 6 more minutes. I'm going to get back into my briefs in a couple of seconds, but something happened today, and I wrote it down, and I just skipped right over it. This was the coolest thing that happened to me today, maybe one of the coolest things that's happened to me in many, many weeks. My supervisor, Randy, who blew out my truck window, earlier in the day was dropping me off at Edmonds SkyTrain station. I had a SkyTrain vest on. And when you are at a SkyTrain station and you have a vest on, people will ask you questions. You know, how do I get to this station? Da-da-da-da-da. So I'm getting ready to go through the gates, and I'm stopped by an elderly lady. I'm going to say she's maybe mid-70s. She was Korean. She was a Korean lady who didn't speak a lot of English. And what she needed done, she had, you can buy compass passes, and you can keep putting money on these compass passes, because every time you tap in, it takes money off, right? She has a $100 bill in her hand and her compass pass, and she can't figure out how to maneuver through the setup so that she can reload her card. So I help her out, and remember, she is speaking broken English, and I am speaking slowly with her. We're laughing. We're going to get through it together. So I know what she needs to do, and I'm putting the $100 bill in, and it keeps spitting this $100 bill out. And it went like this for like 3 times. And then I realized that the machine only accepted 5s, 10s, and 20s. So now we were in a predicament where she wanted to load more money, but she had a bill that wouldn't be accepted by this machine. So while we're having this conversation, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to help her. Well, I was telling her that you're going to have to get this money changed. This machine only takes certain bills. There is another lady who is in the next machine over. She's buying a ticket. She overhears the conversation that we're having, and she looks at us and she goes, I think I might be able to help you. And she opens up her wallet and she changes the $100 bill with 4 20s, 2 5s, and a 10. So now I have the proper currency, the proper bills, and I totally helped this lady out. I put $100 on her card. She goes on her way. The other lady is on her way, and it was just such a pleasant exchange. 3 people coming together, 3 complete strangers coming together at about 11:30 today on this 14th day of December and just problem solving. And with a language barrier. Unbelievable, man. It was so awesome. That was a story that I had to share with you. I just had to share that. 3 minutes left in the show here. I want to go back. A couple of other stories here. Oh, here's a story. UPS. Yes, I wanted to talk about UPS. This is an unbelievable story. I know the airlines. Treat... they had the tendency in the past to treat passengers unfairly, just no common sense, like leaving passengers on planes on the tarmac for hours. That is still in court, but that's a whole different ball of wax. Here's what's going on here. And you probably heard this because I got this story this morning with my news update with the CBC. UPS lost a family's $846,648.46 inheritance. The bank draft never reached its destination. UPS refunded the $32 it charged for shipping and sent a letter apologizing for any inconvenience. TD Canada Trust has been less helpful. After 10 months, the family is still fighting to be able to access the funds. Can you imagine if you had just under $900,000 that is legally yours, and because of a bunch of knuckleheads at UPS and another handful of knuckleheads at TD Canada Trust, you can't get that money? 10 months? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. These people just need to go to the media. They need to go to the CBC and just knock on the door and say, give me a cameraman and one of your journalists, and I guarantee you, the power of the media, that would be solved in days. Because the head CEO of UPS doesn't want a camera crew showing up at his office. I can guarantee you that. I guarantee. I don't know why I got so excited about that, but that just makes my blood boil. Can you imagine? Now, what if these people from UPS, like who is the individual that thought, you know what, we're just going to refund them some money and send them a letter of apology for any inconvenience? Seriously? Come on, man. Bon Jovi, the Cars, and Nina Simone were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Awesome. Good stuff. Let me see if it gives a showtime. No, it does not. Oh, I'm just going to end on this because it's 6:59 here on the clock. And this is the last story. No, 2 stories, because I learned the pronunciation of one, so I want to do both of them. I worked hard on this, and I don't want to mess it up. So here's the quick story. It's in regards to metal bristles on your barbecue. Stop being knuckleheads and stop scraping your barbecue with metal bristles, because it's going to end up in your food, and then you're going to complain about it. It's called eliminate the hazard. If you know this is a hazard, why would you use it? Why do you need someone to tell you? Why do you need like 30, 40, 1,000 cases of these barbecue bristles breaking off and falling in your food? Like, don't be a sheeple, man. Don't be a sheeple. Okay. Is that it? Is that one last story? Oh, no, this is the last story. And anyone who is a fan of the Pittsburgh Penguins and an even bigger fan of Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia native, Sidney Crosby, you're going to like this, because in the story right here it says ancient giant penguins were about the same size as Pittsburgh Penguins captain Sidney Crosby. Fossils have turned up in New Zealand from the giant penguins. The birds were about 225 pounds from 56 million to 60 million years ago. Researchers say the birds got really big, really fast after the dinosaurs died out. So what I did tonight is I went to YouTube to find the correct pronunciation of this bird. And it's Kumimanu baisei. Kumimanu baisei. That's the name of this giant penguin. Kumimanu baisei. Kumimanu baisei. Kumimanu baisei. Kumimanu baisei. And that is it. That is the old program. Look up, way up. 1 minute after 7 o'clock. That was a fun show. That was a great show. I thought I'm going to sleep well tonight. That I guarantee. Thank you so much for my brother Jeff for hanging out tonight. And all he's asking you to do is go purchase a copy of The Ageless NB. It's in bookstores now. It's in chapters across this great nation. Take a picture with the article. Send it to my brother Jeff. He's going to put your name in for a draw that he's going to make on January 31st. You can get all the details on his show as well. And you're going to either have a choice of an abstract or barn board, or, as I suggested, both. That was fun. Okay, I just love the CBC. Love the CBC. One final glance at the comments. Just go back and watch it, because I can guarantee you the first 30, the part that you missed, Angie, that was really the best part of the show. What you have seen. I'm just kidding. I kid. Carolyn, I didn't know you were in here watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the live views. There will be no MattTv tomorrow night, but I may drop in here over the weekend. I don't know. There might be a Saturday or a Sunday nooner. I don't know. We'll have to see how the staff party goes tomorrow. The staff party may require me to come in here and tell you all about it. Yes, and Arthur Boone wants to let everyone know that you can subscribe to Ageless NB online. Excellent stuff. Yeah, he put the link up there again. Thanks, you, Arthur. I like my program too, and I thank you so much for all the encouragement and the live views and the comments. And we're just in here playing around, hanging out. And I always appreciate the live views, whether you are in Souk, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, or in Conception Bay, South Newfoundland, from coast to coast. That's what this show is all about. Brent, looking forward to your weekly roundup tomorrow night. Always looking. I'm going to, tonight, I'm going to check out the video that you did about cooking. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm very interested to see what's going on in your kitchen. Yes, definitely check out the weekly roundup tomorrow night with Brent Underhill. It's always good stuff. Always good. And I'm just wondering, Brent, do you have a sponsor for markers yet? Do you have a sponsor for your markers? Darren Lasky, how are you, my friend? You must be getting ready for the holidays, getting ready to go back to Skiff Lake. I'm pretty sure that's where you hang out in the wintertime. Or maybe I don't know where you stay when you go home for Christmas. Must be a little bit chilly. Must be a little bit chilly at Skiff Lake, but that would be the first place I would head. All right. Cool, man. Be safe on the roads. Be safe on the roads. I know it's winter. It's on the calendar. It's winter here, but it feels like summertime. We're getting rain and like +9. And if you've never been out west, come on out anytime. Just let me know. Okay, no show tomorrow night. Probably come in here on the weekend, mess around. If not, have a great weekend. It's the last full weekend of Christmas shopping. Get started. And feel free to get me exactly what you got me last year. That's going to do it for me. That was a lot of fun. Hope you had fun as well. If you like what you see in here, please share this. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the live views. Thanks for watching at your leisure. Alrighty then. My name is Matthew. This is MattTv, now and always from sea to sea. Oh, come on. I don't think it recognizes my finger. You guys want to hang out with me while I try and figure this out? I got 13 people watching me.